Hey, it's Alvin from Priceline Pharmacy, West Brunswick, and we're coming to you today, the 19th of April 2018, for the weekly Ask Alvin Q&A show. We're doing something a little bit different, so if you notice me looking to the left, we're going live on Instagram as well, on our Instagram feed, and of course, straight ahead here when I'm looking into this camera or this phone, we are on Facebook. A lot of you guys have said that we don't get onto Facebook and we'd love to see you on Instagram. So we're doing both. So just to provide a little bit of context, again, this is our live weekly Q&A show. This is the opportunity for our clients and our customers and the people that follow us on Facebook land and now Instagram land to ask us any questions related to wellness and medications, and I'll do my very best in answering them. So it's my intention to provide as much value as I can, as much information as I can, and just disseminate some of my passion for pharmacy, natural health, natural medicines, and getting in a well state, as always. So this is a live Q&A, so if you want some questions answered, please pop them into the comment section below. Same thing with the Instagram people, and I will do my very best to answer them. If you're watching the replay, please make sure you pop your questions in the comments below also, because I will answer them next week as well. So that's how all this works. So let's go. So this is the time where I do my disclaimer. So please be aware that any advice that I give here is general advice only. Please make sure you contact your healthcare professional for advice pertaining to your particular medical condition. And if I do happen to mention any dosages, medications, and that kind of thing, please make sure you check with your healthcare professional for dosage advice pertinent to your condition. Awesome. Legal stuff out of the way, so let's roll into it. So the first question that we have today is from Julie, and Julie is asking, I'm pregnant and I have a cold sore. Can I use Zovirax cream? So really interesting question there, Julie. Interesting because the evidence continues to change on the use of Zovirax cream and antiviral creams, and the one in particular you're talking about has the active ingredient acyclovir. Depending on the reference that you refer to or that we refer to, you can use it in the second and third trimesters. And in the first trimester, we recommend that you use it with caution. So what does all this legal stuff mean? What we generally recommend is that you check with your doctor, because every pregnant woman's different and they're going through different situations. But generally, in the second and third trimesters, your pharmacist might be confident in recommending acyclovir for you, in which case you would need to use it 5 times a day. But you will probably find that when you go to most pharmacies, they'll direct you to your doctor just to ensure that you're getting the most specific advice for you and the stage of the pregnancy that you're at. One of the things that's a definite no is you may be aware that you can get famciclovir on over the counter. So that is a medication that used to be on prescription, a 3-tablet dose that you can use to treat cold sores. And this particular medication is not suitable for women in pregnancy. Julie, I don't feel I answered your question with a definitive answer, but if you come into the pharmacy, we take you on a case-by-case basis and understanding what trimester you're on, and just determining whether you've seen the doctor or whether you're going to see the doctor, and working out the best treatment protocol for you. So yes, hopefully that made it as clear as mud, Julie. Awesome. So the next question that we've got today is from Stacey, and Stacey's asking, does zinc really work with acne? Yes, Stacey, zinc. I have used zinc with my clients, and zinc has been used extensively for those suffering acne, and I'll explain a little bit why. So zinc has got antibacterial properties, and when you have acne, you usually have an infected hair follicle. Some bacteria from the skin that's resident in everybody's skin has gone on to the pores of our skin and blocks the pores, and then you get inflammation of the hair follicles, and that causes all the cascading effects that we're familiar with in terms of getting acne. So zinc plays a really big role, and can play a really big role in helping manage your acne symptoms. So the first thing that zinc is really good at, it's an antibacterial. So it works really well at clearing up the minor bugs that may have caused infection of the pores. The second important thing about zinc, it's an anti-inflammatory. So it reduces the inflammation on the skin, which is caused by the bacteria getting into the pores again. I feel like I've said pores 1,000 times, but that's what acne is, it's blocked pores. And zinc is also super useful because it's an antioxidant. So it decreases the damage to the skin caused by the excess sebum production in the pores again, and by the bacteria. So those are the main effects from zinc, and there are heaps of studies around that have been done that have shown that zinc may have the same efficacy as using an antibacterial, an antibiotic as well. So I would definitely be adding zinc to your treatment regime. That's something that I would really consider. So just to go back, zinc, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, and a really good antioxidant. So you can get zinc, Stacey, in tablet forms, liquid forms, and I would be adding that to your treatment regime for acne. Also, acne, zinc is really good for general skin health as well. So you would have seen some of my previous videos where I was talking about hair, skin and nails repair. Zinc is really useful for that, and it's along the same lines. So I would definitely be adding the zinc to your routine there, Stacey. Please come in and speak to one of your pharmacists or doctors and your pharmacist, and we can help determine the right zinc preparation for you. And I'd always be leaning towards a zinc powder or a zinc liquid type formulation because it works pretty quickly and it gets your levels up pretty quickly and starts to get to work a lot sooner. So hopefully that works for you. Stacey, let us know how you go. Pop your progress in the comments below, or send us a message directly on Facebook or Instagram. Cool. Excellent. The next question we've got is from Brian, and Brian's asking, how long can I use steroid creams? Yeah, Brian, this is something that you find that the medical professionals, pharmacists and doctors included, always harp on about how long you can use a corticosteroid cream. So just to take a step back for everyone that's watching, a corticosteroid or a steroid cream is generally a cream that we use when your skin is experiencing some sort of inflammation, and that could be from an insect bite, could be psoriasis, eczema, any sort of allergic reaction that you may be experiencing. So that's one of the reasons why we use a steroid cream. So with the steroid cream, you need to apply it very, very sparingly, 3 times a day. So just a very, very thin layer, usually, depending on the steroid cream. Typically, if you get a steroid cream from the pharmacy, it's 3 times a day. If you're getting one from the doctor, it's usually once a day. And with the steroid creams, you just want to ensure that you're not using it for longer than the period that is needed until your inflammation settles down. So typically, depending on what you're treating, your inflammation of the skin will settle down. It should settle down anywhere between 3 to 7 days. You don't want to use it longer than that, Brian, because what can happen, continued use of a steroid cream has this effect of thinning out your skin, which just leads to more problems than what you started with. So that's pretty annoying. You do need to use it for a very long time for that to happen. So, but we always take caution to that as well. So, hey, Barclay Square. So just to reiterate, how long can you use a steroid cream? Maximum 3 to 7 days. If your issue is not fixed, you need to make sure that you go back and see the doctor. Brian, also, if you're experiencing, I imagine you mentioned that you're experiencing some skin issues there. Steroid creams are just a symptomatic fix, or just a band-aid fix. You want to ensure that you're using the steroids cream as part of your whole management process. So you want to make sure that you're using soap-free washes. You'll want to make sure that you're using very simple moisturizers. I definitely recommending probiotics as well, just to help modulate or help look after that immune response that you're experiencing in your gut that may be causing some of these effects that you're experiencing. Cool. Brian, hopefully that sorted your question out. So just to reiterate, short-term use of steroid creams, 3 to 7 days maximum before you go on and seek further medical help. Great. The next question I've got here is from Chelsea, and she says, and I'm just reading the question, what can I use to reduce my pain and fever in my 5-year-old child without using Panadol or Nurofen? So, Chelsea, yes, this is a common question that we have in West Brunswick. A lot of people do not want to use medication, but they're open to using other modalities to helping to treat pain and fever. So, Chelsea, I would encourage you, just to keep an eye on the pain and definitely the fever if it's going out of control. Pain and fever in the context of a cold and flu type symptom is what I neglected to mention here. So, if the fever is high, I would really encourage you to use paracetamol and ibuprofen to bring it down. But I can appreciate if you don't want to do that. And if it's probably at the early stages of a cold and flu, for a 5-year-old, I would be recommending echinacea. Echinacea works really well. It's a really good immune stimulant and has been shown to reduce fever and cold and flu type symptoms, and very safe to use from ages 3 and up. I would be encouraging for a child that age, you can get a liquid form of echinacea, and that works really, really well in alleviating the symptoms. I would also be encouraging you to increase the fluids and hydration, so you can use some fluid replacement therapy, gastrolite, hydrolyte, that kind of thing. That works really, really well, believe it or not, and it just builds up the cellular energy levels. I would also be encouraging you to, while there's a cold and flu, just control the sweats with a cold towel. Go old school. That works really, really well. Yeah, that would be the main things that I would do. And I just want to reiterate, if it's persisting, please use paracetamol and ibuprofen, or speak to pharmacist or doctor, or take your child to the doctor as well. So that's what I would be recommending. Cool. So super short episode today. I can't remember how long we've been talking, but all the questions were answered, and I just want to reiterate, if you're watching this show again and if you have any questions, please make sure you pop them in the comment section below. I'll get around to answering them, and I just want to also thank all the people that are involved in helping me put together this show. So the first thing, my pharmacist, Priscilla and Jerry, for providing some of the content, the answers here. And in this case, Priscilla for lending me her phone so we can go on Instagram live as well. I want to thank the post-production team, Anna and Julius, for putting this together, in the post-production side of it. And definitely make it look pretty later on, even though this is live, but there's a post-production version that gets on. And of course, all the team members, all the wellness consultants in the store today, Catherine, Jenny, and Lauren. Awesome. Great, guys. I will speak to you next Thursday. Thank you.